Hi guys, back again. It's been a while, probably about a month I think since my last video. It is now the 1st of March. I don't know whether is that the start of spring. I think maybe. Rob just did a video the other day that I watched that I must comment on actually. When he said it was, I think 33 days until spring for them. But I think spring starts in March here. So anyway, my finds and buys and sells. First thing I have to show is I received some VCLT from Rob. A thing that he had shown and had offered very generously to send to me, something that I really wanted, which is Dylan the Basement tape. Now I think they released 3 different versions of this in the US on Record Store Day last year. There was the ultra limited, I think 200 gram pink vinyl signed version, which Rob rightly kept. There was this version, which is 180 gram black vinyl and was limited to, I can't remember now, I'm not going to take it out, but these were hand numbered and stamped with his autograph, so gave it a kind of homemade look. And then I think there was a standard version as well. But this is great. I had to listen to this the other night. If anyone is interested in my listening habits, I actually post everything I listen to. Every time I listen to a record, I post it on Twitter. So some nights I'll listen to 3 or 4 things, and I might go for a few days without anything. But yeah, this got posted straight away. And it's great. It's really good. I picked up the big bootleg series version of the Basement tapes, but this is a really cool thing to have, and I don't think it was released in this country, which is a shame, because it would be well worth getting. And there was this great note in there as well. So thank you so much, Rob. An extremely generous gift, and I'm delighted to have it in my collection, because I love the band and Bob Dylan. Now the only other new item I've bought, because I said I'm kind of trying to have a year off buying things off eBay. I'll still pick up new releases when they come out. But yeah, I'm trying not to buy anything on eBay this year. It's my challenge to myself. But this came out, so I had to pick this up. This is a 4 LP set of Bowie at the Beeb. So it's all the live stuff he did for BBC radio sessions between what were the years? 68 and 72. So his kind of peak period. And there are some tracks on this that have not been issued on vinyl before as well, I think. This was actually due for release, was it about 10 years ago, I think, when the CD came out? Might have even been more than that. It might have been the year 2000. But certainly it was due for release, but it's taken until now. I think it was scheduled for release before he died, so it isn't like a kind of cash-in, which would kind of irk me somewhat. But I've been waiting for this for a few years, because there's some really great stripped down versions of songs that's just him and Mick Ronson on guitar. So yeah, I can definitely recommend buying this. It's quite expensive, but it's not ludicrously expensive when you think it's a 4 album set. When you think like a Grateful Dead 4 album set like that, it's probably going to be £100. So on to some charity shop finds that I picked up. actually, we'll go back to my eBay selling. Like I said, I'm going to try not to buy anything off eBay this year. I'm just going to sell, and so far it's going quite good. I started this from the start of January, and so far, you can see that I have sold 58 items to a total of nearly 300 quid. So it's taken a bit of work to do, but I'm just listing things in the evening, and it's stuff that I'm really not. I've sold all my what have I sold? All my Editors singles, all my Block Party singles. I had a whole set of them. All my Pete Doherty and Baby Shambles stuff that I'm really not interested in anymore. Just sold it all, and already after what's this, couple of months, well, probably really only a month, because I didn't start until probably end of January, and I've already made about 300 quid. So it's quite good. It means that hopefully in the future, if I get my account piled up, I'll be able to start buying collections of records. But anyway, I've still picked up a few things in charity shops. One of the charity shops has a collector's table in it now, and I went and had a look, and they had a few records on it. One of which, well, they had two. One of which was this Steve Hillage's Green, which I have, but this is a much cleaner copy than the one I've already got. So it was great to pick this up. It has the insert and everything in there as well. It's not the green vinyl version, which I'm kind of looking for, but it was a £5, which is probably about right money wise. The only other album they had in there was a Joni Mitchell album, which they wanted a £5 for as well, but it had a great big scratch on it, whereas that is in great condition. So I wasn't going to take the Joni Mitchell one. And then I was also in one of the other charity shops, and I found they had a great big box of classical albums, and I did actually buy one or two of them, but I'm not going to show them in this video. But I picked up, I was just about to give up, and I got towards the back of the box, and I saw this, which is easily the most common Jimi Hendrix thing you find. Jimi Hendrix Voodoo Child. It's like a compilation of a lot of his hits. Came out on Polydor in the early 80s, I think. But great album. But again, that'll be something to trade on. This Miles Davis, Sketches of Spain. Now, I'm not a Miles Davis fan. I've tried listening to Miles Davis before, and I've got Bitches Brew. I've got like the CD of Bitches Brew, and didn't do anything for me. But this I actually really enjoyed. So if anyone can recommend any other Miles Davis in this kind of vein, I would love to hear about it. And this is on the kind of original. It's not first pressing. It's like I can't remember. It's B2A4 or something. If I can get stop the glare. There we go. It's on the old CBS, and this barely looked like it had been played. So that will definitely be one to keep and put into my jazz collection, which is slowly expanding. And finally, something that was quite bizarre to find in there was this, Kinks. When I first saw it, I thought, oh, brilliant, that looks like a pristine, but it's actually a reissue from 2003. It came out on Sanctuary. Yeah, it's got a bit of damage to the spine there. It looks like it's been scratched by a cat or something. But yeah, so this was an odd thing to find, but again, it feels like it's on really nice heavyweight vinyl, and again looked like it hadn't ever been played. And this is a great album as well, great Kinks album. Well, all the Kinks albums, their first ones are great, but there's some really good stuff on this. Yeah, so that is the height of my record buying. The only other thing I picked up is a book of album cover art, which, as you can see, has kind of been edited by Hypnosis and Roger Dean, but this is really cool. It's got it's basically just pages and pages of album covers. I love books like this. It gives you a great reference thing, because there's sometimes you can look through it, so there's lots of kind of 60s stuff, some Eamon's Dole, Quicksilver and the Trees, got Andy Warhol and Gentle Giant and the Grateful Dead, Osibisa and Frank Zappa and things there. But yeah, I love books like this because they're just kind of great to flick through, and this is a good one. And the fact that it's kind of been curated by Hypnosis and Roger Dean kind of gives some credibility to it. Yeah, so that's it. So my vinyl adventures for this year are ongoing. I'm beginning to realise the potential I have in a lot of the records that I don't listen to anymore, and I'm really enjoying actually selling them and raising funds that I can then use to buy the things that I really want to get. Like I really want to get an original press of the first Doctor Strangely Strange album, Kip of the Serenes, and I'm easily have the funds now to do that. But I'm going to carry on. I am going away on holiday, so I'll probably have a time when I'm on holiday that I will be buying, and I'll continue to raid charity shops and things. But yeah, buying off eBay for the time being is kind of out of bounds for me. So my vinyl updates are probably going to be fewer, and probably contain more new releases, because I'm not restricting myself to new releases, but there's never that much that I buy anyway, so glad everyone's doing fine. I have been watching some videos recently, but haven't really had the time to comment because I kind of watch them on the fly. So yeah, thanks again, Rob. That is singularly one of the best bits of VCLT, if not the best VCLT item I have received. It is just fantastic. So yeah, I'll keep an eye out for things. Remember, there'll be Record Store Day coming up again. If there's any Smiths or Led Zeppelin stuff, I will keep an eye out for you. But I don't know what's going to be happening this year. I've seen no lists published. So yeah, so it's nearly time to go back to work. So I better get going. And take care, and love to hear your comments. Bye for now.